Okay, say hi to YouTube and stuff. Let's play it in Japanese because why not? Alright, watch this. This is gonna be funny, guys. Trust me. There's S. I saw that on a TheMagicD video once. Is that what you're talking about? Like, what does the actual character itself mean? Oh, okay, so what it is if you want to have it be a U sound at the end of a consonant, right? So let's say you want to change it from, like, let's say in the word Q, which K-Y-U-U is how you spell it in English. That's 9. So I think, don't quote me, you put, now that I think about it, I don't know. I don't speak Japanese. I'd love to. Here's the thing though. It's not because I want to go to or live in Japan. I would go to Japan. It seems awesome. I have scoured Google Maps for quite a long time. Japan is one of the most consistently pretty countries I've ever seen. Living there would be absolutely awful. Just because of everything. But I'd love to go. And the language is super interesting to me because it is so alien. And when I say alien, I mean alien to me, of course. I'm not saying that it is an objectively weird language. I'm saying from an English-speaking perspective, it is very odd. It's also super hard. So it's almost like forbidden fruit. Plus a bunch of games I like are also in Japanese. This game's in Japanese, Undertale's in Japanese. I play a bunch of Nintendo games. Those are all originally in Japanese. It would be really interesting to play them in their original language. Like, I've tried and failed to learn a bunch of languages, including Japanese. Japanese is one of the only languages where if you say, I'm learning Japanese, it's like, yeah, whatever. No, you aren't. But if you say, I speak Japanese, and you have the certificate to prove it, you're an actual genius. It takes so much effort. Europe has this system called the CEFR, which is, like, how good your language skills are. There's 6 levels. You have to be at the 4th one, usually. 4th or 5th, to live and study in a country. So, like, I think if you want to study at a university in Germany, and you want to do it in German, you're going to have to take your test, and you're going to try to get C2. Yo. How's it going? You're going to try to want to get C2. Gonna try to. Is that what I said? And, Japanese has a system too, but it goes from N5 to N1. And I think N1 is the best. I think it's backwards like that. If you have an N1 certificate, you're such a genius. You have to be so good just because the language is so difficult. Like, here's one of the things I found interesting about it, right? You know how we have he, she, they, whatever, right? And those are all gendered. But I and you aren't. Japanese is the opposite. The word I in Japanese is gendered. So you have different words for I depending on how you want to come across. It's pretty awesome. Like, I saw a list of ones that was kind of interesting. Sham uses one that's usually only used by women or really old people. Spamton uses one that is, like, really formal because he's a businessman, and business people in Japan obviously use really nice formal language. But of course, it's Spamton, so it's spelled wrong. I think Susie uses a traditionally very masculine one, but it's more in a sense that it's more in a sense that it's very, like, direct and kind of rude than it is that, you know, she's more masculine in the sense that she's, like, actually a boy or something. You know what I mean? I can't remember some of the other ones. I think Lancer uses just the normal boy one. Not terribly polite, but one that usually only boys use. I'm trying to think of somebody who uses it. In Undertale. I thought I remembered. I know that Azrael uses the word for you is super, like, rude. I was talking about this a while back. One of the rudest things that you can call somebody is omae, which just means you. That's a funny story, actually. I was gonna get to that. The pronoun choice for Sans was actually pretty controversial. Because the pronoun he uses is usually only used by, like, rural bumpkins. Which is really weird to me. I don't know why they did that. So there's a lot of fan art of Sans as, like, a farmer in Japanese. Because that's the pronoun he used in the game. It was Flowey, by the way, that uses the other one. That uses, like, the normal boy one. So, like, he'll call you you and be super rude about it. But I think that instead of using the one that Susie uses, which is a lot more direct, he uses, he uses, the general kind of boy one. Which, kind of interestingly, is also the one Toby uses when he speaks Japanese.
僕の心が輝きました.
Oh, why did I play in Japanese? Is that what you're saying? Why did I choose to play it in Japanese right now? Yeah. It's faster. It's faster. It's faster by like 13 seconds. Okay, by the way, right here. Right at the top, that first word, if I'm not mistaken, is like the really rude pronoun for you. Yeah, I think it is like 13 seconds. I'm also relatively sure that, yeah, that first word was like the really rude version of you. It's not... It is rude. It's just usually very direct. You know that meme where the dude's head's about to explode and he says, "Omae wa mou shindeiru." That's the word.
Omae wa mou shindeiru. Nani?
Take everything I say with a grain of salt, by the way. I am not the authority on Japanese. I don't speak it at all. What was the one? It was in Jimmy Neutron. He goes, "Say sayonara," and he goes, "But I don't speak Italian." Oshin. Ayo, what? You know what's even funnier about that statement? My dad collects Harry Potter books. But he doesn't just collect them in English. I own, currently, or rather my dad does, but in my house, there is the entire Harry Potter series in Japanese. And no, I am not kidding. Nobody in my family speaks Japanese unless they're hiding a secret from me. I'm not kidding. I actually have the entire series, I think, in my house right now. I think that was probably the coolest book I've ever seen. That wasn't Undertale related. The coolest book I ever saw. I was in Edinburgh. Flex, by the way. And there's this kind of famous-ish street. I'm gonna focus here for a second, sorry. Sorry, that part's really hard. There is a very specific street that has a bunch of shops on it, and on that street there is a Harry Potter themed shop, and in that shop they were selling, I think it was just the first one, but it might have been the first couple, Harry Potter books in Scottish Gaelic. It was one of the coolest books I had ever seen. I'm stupid! Spade, boom, bam, bam. Thank you. It was probably the coolest thing I'd ever seen. It was so cool. I actually was in this little shop, this little, like, thrift store adjacent thing, and I bought a Scots dictionary. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up on your English language lore, but calling Scots a language is a little controversial because it's either a dialect of English or its own language. And what's super funny about Scots specifically is that there was a Scots Wikipedia page translated into Scots. And it was written by somebody who had never, or who didn't speak Scots, and it was just a bunch of gibberish, and it was this big scandal thing, which is just super funny. I feel like if somebody wrote the German article and it just said, and they were just like, yep, I'm gonna get this, by the way, watch me get this. Let's go! I was kidding. I did not think I was gonna get that. That's nice. Get off of me. Can you imagine I died? There was a mosquito on me. Story. There we go. God, I'm so glad I can read. That hurt me. Holy sh**. That was so close. Alright. Here we go. Off to a fantastic start. At least you got the right form of, Zion. That's your phrase for the day. I wonder. That's interesting. I wonder if... nerd. Nerd, I think, is probably a feminine word. I think most foreign loan words are feminine words. So I think it would be Ina nerd. I might be a complete idiot. I only kind of speak German. Emphasis on the kind of. Yeah, no. It would definitely just be one of those things, like, where a German would say lol, even though laughing out loud doesn't actually translate. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. Oh! Oh! Okay. I'm feeling good. I think this is the last attack here. I think? I think this is it, you guys. Nope, another one. Shit. Right here. Let's fucking go! Woo! I'm recording, right? Yes, okay. Fantastic. What try was this? Was this third? Well, third try today. It was the Japanese that fueled me. Yeah, the power of purchasing 17 shoes in German fueled me. I was down in the shoe shops of Baden-Württemberg. Got me a nice pair of Birkenstocks. A nice pair of sandals that I'm gonna wear with socks. What is this? Yeah. Streetrice.ru. Сука, блядь, нахуй. Beam, beam, bam, bam. Сука, блядь. Hey, man, that means I'm growing as a channel. If I'm getting bots now, hell yeah. Unless you're not a bot. Or Russian. In which case, you didn't understand what I said. Which, good. That was pretty foul. Shut up, Toriel. Oh, to celebrate, let's flush the toilet. Let's flush it again. Let's flush it again. Shut up, Toriel. God. Alrighty. GG, everybody. Woo! Let's turn this shit off.